you have had a very nice week, I think, and I must say that during my scientific life, when I was at your age, the quality of the presentations were much, much, much worse than you have presented. So I would like to give you the chance to give a bad presentation. And I have, during my scientific life, I've seen many bad presentations. I've seen many good presentations, but also bad presentations. But yeah, you have given much better presentations. So I would like to give you some insight into the declining art of bad presentations. So I'm thanking Dennis Bray and Sebastian Wagner, my colleagues, for invaluable inputs into this topic. Now, what is a bad presentation? If you look at this picture here, this is actually summer school we had 2 weeks ago in Estonia. This is me giving a presentation. I'm not saying it was bad or good, but look at this lady here. So this is what you want to achieve if you give a bad presentation. So you want to, bore people. So I'm starting now with attitude, appearance, and body language. That's a very important thing. And for you as PhD students, you're starting your career, the most important thing is be humble and shy. Don't be self-confident. Don't stand here and say, this is my topic. I know what this is about, and I'm telling you what I have done. And this is interesting. Don't do that if you want to give a bad presentation. So the next thing is speak so quietly that only the first two front rows can understand what you're saying, because you are so humble and shy and you don't want to, so you get the point here. And most of the time you have a microphone when you are in a large lecture hall, and the helpers give you the microphone, and maybe you have seen this already many times. The speakers get the microphone and they go blah 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 blah, and they have the microphone here. This is how you should do it. So always speak towards the screen, of course. Don't face or look at the audience. Always look at the screen, because this is and you can even read what you want to say. You don't have to have it still in your head. Exactly, and that's the point. Don't speak freely. Read from the slides word by word, or you have a slip. You read it from your notes here. And don't speak with intonation. So this course aims to provide the students with interdisciplinary scientific knowledge on climate variability and like that, Okay. And this is also very important. Don't smile or make jokes, because this is serious business, or tell anecdotes or something. Only the Americans do that, So, do not adjust your presentation according to the audience. That means if you have a multidisciplinary audience, just stick to your own terminology. I will come back to that later. If you have biologists and meteorologists, they have very different backgrounds, and that's your chance to tell them that you are the expert in your field, so they don't understand your terminology. So when we come to the slides now, choose your presentation title as long as cryptic as possible. I mean, these biochemistry, not these biochemist guys, they have the advantage of working with those strange things here, so they can make up really nice presentation titles. But maybe if you really look into your subject, maybe also you can find something like that in your own work. So maybe maybe you can find a really, really awkward title for your thing that you will present tomorrow. That would be very funny. Yeah, I said that already. Don't explain terms which may not be known to the audience. Redfield ratio, that might be very familiar to biogeochemists, but meteorologists don't necessarily know what it means. Or alkalinity, you know. Does anybody has understood what alkalinity really is? I don't know. Reanalysis is something which biologists cannot do anything about it. Diapycnical, it's also very nice. And does anybody really understand the difference between baroclinic and barotrophic? Well, maybe Marcus can tell us later. And never use a common term if you can use an expert term, which means exactly the same thing. So allochtonic is a very nice one. Allochtonic, which means coming from the outside. So use that. Or for flooding, use inundation. Just as an example. Acronyms and abbreviation. That's really a very important thing if you want to get yourself apart from the crowd, because you know these abbreviations, and the audience necessarily does not know them. And explain them on your slides. If you have a presentation, explain them only once. On the very first slide, explain them if you want to explain them at all. But then, in your next 50 or 70, whatever, how many slides you have, don't explain them anymore. Because you must expect that the audience remembers from the first slide what they mean, of course. Just some very nice examples here. Some of you might know what that means. And if you want to, you don't say summer, use that. So, or formulas, that's also very important. The majority, I think, of us are biologists, and I don't know what is with you. I never got friends with formulas. Actually, the reason why I started to study biology is because I couldn't get along with formulas. And I think most biologists study that subject because they like animals better than numbers and formulas. But still, in the scientific career, it's really necessary to go through formulas. So use them as often as you can. And I have now my little cheat sheet. I don't have it with me now, so I don't really know what this means. But I picked this one because I like it, because of the B's and the A's, they have a little roof on the top, you know, so it protects them from the rain. But I think it's not fair towards the E's and the A here. And why does that have a roof and this not? So I don't know, you know. Do not explain the formulas you use, because you should really. You can expect from the audience that they all know what this means. So give them maybe two seconds to grasp, to understand that formula, and then go on to the next slide. Use long text slide as much as possible. For instance, this one. This is not really a long one. I've seen much longer ones, really. And you can you know, like have them on for maybe 20 seconds, but that's long enough. Switch the slides quicker than they can be read or understood, sure. And give the feeling to the audience that it's their fault they don't understand what you're telling them. And also use avoidable mistakes, spelling mistakes, because this shows how busy you are and you have no time for these trivial things like spelling, etc. And generally have your slides overloaded with information. And always, you know, if you have a busy slide, always say, oh, this is a busy slide. like this one. Okay, this is a busy slide, but I'm showing it to you anyhow. Actually, this is from the presentation I usually give, but I only have these two. I only have these two columns, so I added this for to make the point. So this is a busy slide. This is also a busy slide. If you have a slide like that, be sure to explain only one of these thousands of things. So we're going, yeah, this is here, this is a little bit crazy here. I don't know what this is really. Here, see? It's going down. It's going down, you can see that. Okay, good. Figures and tables should be as complicated and overloaded as possible. You saw that. And don't explain really the figures, but assume they are understood in a millisecond. And the legends are very important. Don't explain them. And the axis, use the smallest possible font and do not use color. Use black and white, because again, this is serious business. And if you use colors, use the color tones which cannot be distinguished on the screen here. This is just an example. All these examples I'm giving you is from my own scientific work, except for the formula, I stole that. Does anybody recognize what these labels here mean? No? Okay, that's very good. Okay, and here you see these are exponential axes. Actually, those are light signals, but that doesn't belong here, so it's not important. Show large and complex tables with many numbers. This is also an example from my own PhD work. I couldn't find any longer ones. I've seen much larger tables in various presentations, but this just for an example. And if you use a published figure of from from another author, don't give credits, because it's you want to earn the credits. And you don't have time for this kind of things. And the same holds for acknowledgements. And also, this is a very funny one. I saw this various times in the US. Be surprised or ignorant of your own slides, because oh, what was that? Let me think. What did I have here? What do I have here on the suit? Okay, I think this was done by Dave. Dave, are you here? I've really seen that in the US. Now, this is my final slide. Just some general hints. Do not upload presents well in advance. Just come up 2 minutes before your talk to upload your presentation. And also, don't check if your presentation works on the hardware where you present it. For instance, animations or videos, especially if you are an Apple user, because we know Apple users are superior beings using superior technology. So if you use Windows equipment, it goes without saying that the other equipment is wrong. Something is wrong. So always consider that you have enough time for your presentation. That means if you have 50 slides and you have only 10 minutes, that's okay. You want to tell your story, and what do you care about the time schedule? And somewhere during the presentation, ask us, how much time do I still have? And do that best during your introduction, after your introduction, when you have only 3 minutes left. And often start your statement with, as you know. You've probably heard this very many times. People say, well, as you know, because everybody knows what you want to tell them. Sure. And also, never put your results into a greater context, because the audience must find it out themselves. And apart from that, you don't know yourself, and who cares? And have at least 3 slides of conclusion with each, at least 10 bullets each. And to sum this all up, to have as many of your audience play with their smartphones during a presentation or fall asleep, be as boring as possible. And not all of us have the luxury to have an interesting research topic like this one. Response behavior of Svalbard reindeer towards humans and humans disguised as polar bears. So that is a really interesting and relevant research topic. And so we have, our research is very, very boring if you compare to that. Okay, so I'm happy that you have already had some alcohol, and I think we can go back to the drinking now. Thank you.